Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today for our newest installment of our Global Industrial webinar series. Today, we are going to be speaking about antimicrobial film and surface disinfecting solutions. My name is Joseph Dunn. I am the Director of Sales Enablement here at Global Industrial. I have a guest with me, Stephen Leeds, that I will pull on camera in one moment, who is joining us from our Global Industrial studio to talk to you about the solutions that I just referenced. I want to cover a couple of ground rules, tell you all what you can expect before I have Stephen jump in here and tell us a little bit about himself and get us rolling in our content. So pretty quick agenda, right? As we continue to speak as an organization about our Ready, Set campaign, the Ready, Set, Protect is a big piece of that. And today we're going to go ahead and talk about some key elements within that protection that we want to talk about. So we're going to talk about antimicrobial film. We're going to talk about some applications, got some really cool things we can look at there. And then how we can kind of talk about a larger, more robust surface disinfecting solution to go along with that film. One last thing, again, before I bring Stephen on, if you have any questions, please go ahead and send them to webinars@globalindustrial.com. On these sessions, we frequently say if we have enough time, we'll tackle questions from the chat. But you know, as the information gets rolling, we don't always get to them. So if you have any questions, go ahead and send them to webinars@globalindustrial.com. If you are a Global Industrial Associate who's on the line and you have some questions, you all know how to reach out to myself or Stephen directly. Go ahead and do so, and we'll make sure we answer our customer questions from the webinar's email. So let me go ahead and stop my share real fast and bring on Stephen. Stephen, morning. How's everything going?
Good. How you doing, Jeff?
Doing pretty good. Do you mind telling the group a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I oversee all of our janitorial machines here at Global, as well as the surface protection lines, and we've got a few innovative products to show you guys today. So we're very excited about that.
Very good. Excellent. So let's start with the main event, if you will, of our conversation, which is the antimicrobial film. We have a very specific description of what antimicrobial film is that I just want to put on the screen here. If y'all are okay with it, I'm going to cover the second half that's listed and give you the layman's terms. Some of the words in the original on the top level of the description I tend to stumble over. So really in layman's terms, what antimicrobial film is, it's embedded with an application agent that can stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms on the film. And the one we're going to talk about today is our V-Guard surface solution. Is that correct, Stephen?
Yeah. You didn't want to read a cellular membrane perturbation? That just rolls off the tongue.
I'm thrilled that you took that one for me.
Yeah. So in layman's terms, these films are embedded with an EPA registered metal, copper, and what it does is it protects the surface from harmful microorganisms being able to thrive and grow. It denatures them. So it protects surfaces, and we have it in a wide variety of shapes and sizes. And I've got a sample of our push bar right here. And as you can see, it's in a bright blue color, and that was designed specifically so that it was loud and it stood out within a facility. It tells your customers, your employees, your guests that this facility has taken the necessary steps to protect their surface. Like I said, we've got it in a wide variety of sizes. In front of me, I've got the push plate cut out for doors. We have it for in smaller uses for door knobs and door handles. It folds right over there, and then we've got handrails right over here. So anything that's got a lot of touch points in a high traffic facility, you'd want to apply this. And we also have it in a 24 by 24 sheet. So you can apply this to, really anywhere, to desks, to tables, wherever people are touching, this will serve you really well. Okay,
very good. A little more detail about the product, life expectancy, some information on, sure.
Yeah. So these last 180 days. They come with a super strong adhesive on the back. So, all you do is peel it off. If I can get get one of these under there. Sorry, my nails are a little short today, Joe. Here we go. So yeah, all you would do is peel it off like so. you'd place it onto the surface, you smooth it out, and it protects. So yeah, so we not only have these in films and tapes, we also have them in mats. So as you can see in front of me, we've got them in 3 different sizes. We've got a larger size here for desks. These are for counters. We also have them with mouse pads. So these are perfect for reception areas, hospital check-ins and waiting rooms, cashiers, pretty much anywhere where people are going to be putting their hands on a table. These are great for there.
Very good. Yeah, I know we got you on full screen. One of the perks of hosting these webinars is I do have the mouse pad right in my office here, in my home office. So it is one of the perks of being the host.
Yes.
So can that application looked pretty simple. I might want to ask you to kind of run us back through that. It's really just a peel and stick?
Yes, if you've ever used a sticker, you are now certified and qualified to use this product. It really is that easy. And you can see it's an incredibly durable material. And so yeah, we have a super strong adhesive on the back. These are meant to be used, used and abused, so to speak. And now what this does is this cuts down on the need for constant cleaning and constant chemical spraying. So while these are great for high traffic areas, they're also great for areas that may not get a lot of use within your facility and where the manpower might be limited to go clean them. So that again, it protects the surface. So if you have those in an area where your maintenance or facility team isn't able to come get by, that's also a great place for them.
That's an interesting point. I mean, we've spoken about it before, and I know it's been covered on some of our other webinars. We're doing more with less is kind of a theme that we're hearing from a lot of folks just in general, where we don't have the resources we had in the past. We don't have the number of people. We can't run the same number of crews. So that's an interesting point. So it's not just your high traffic. We might not be able to get to that that doorknob on that hallway every day because it's out of our cycle. This seems like a pretty good protection point for it.
Yeah, and we don't just add we're just showing off the global V-Guard right now. We have other surface protection on our website as well. We have a transparent versions of this where you can put them on touch screens. We have for elevator buttons. We also have for refrigerator handles. Really, I believe that we have a complete solution within the Global Industrial website for whatever the customer's needs are. And that's really what everything on here is about, doing more with less. We've never had a greater need for sanitation and cleaning, while also never having such a restriction on the amount of the workforce that's allowed within a facility.
Yeah, very, very true. Yeah, very true. Right. I mean, I think we've spoken a little bit in the past. Building service contractors, they live and breathe this on a daily basis, right? The folks who are coming in, but now it's really this type of cleaning and disinfecting is top of mind for everyone. From homes to businesses to across the board.
Yeah, these 2 items are going to be like a vacuum cleaner. Everybody's going to have them. And right now, while we do cater to building service contractors, to get their labor is very expensive. So, facilities are bringing these in every day now, and they're super easy to use. Any member of their staff is quite capable of using them as we go through them in a second.
Sure. Yeah, before we get to those, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask just 1 or 2 more questions on application.
Oh yeah,
so
please.
You had the large sheet. Easy to cut? I mean, are we using tin snips? What's the setup to?
Regular scissors. These come in 24 by 24. So you can easily cut them. You can easily, stack them. Each one of these products comes in a multiple quantities within the packet on the website. So you don't just get 1 sheet. I believe you get anywhere from 6 to 10 per order. And you can even cut down. You don't just have to cut the big sheet. You can cut these down. You can cut these even smaller. Once you've applied it, you tailor it down to fit your needs. For instance, this right here is 48 inches. We'll cover a standard 48 or 36 inch. And so we happen to have a 36 inch bar here. all you would do is lay it down, get to the edge, and then cut it. That's it. So, it's super easy to use, and like they say, set it and forget it. In 6 months, all you do is peel it off, put on a new one, and that's it. And just to show you, once it's on, all you would do is take a scraper just to get underneath it and pull it off, but it's really on there. So, putting it in in places where you have, maybe a lot of guests who you don't know, rather than employees that aren't gonna rip it off, it's on there pretty well.
Yeah, as you say, a lot of guests, right? As we talk about this, I see lobbies being a huge opportunity, right? You get your doors, you got your waiting areas, your countertops, right? I think you covered all those services. But yeah, just again, those high traffic areas, it just seems like a win.
Yeah.
One last question on the application, and then I definitely want to talk to you about some of the other products on the table. And this is just I guess it's more of a stuff I've experienced in the past. When you apply it, you need to use a squeegee, a spray to get the bubbles out, or is it, you said, as easy as a sticker? Just, it's that simple?
Yeah, it's a sticker, and because it has an adhesive back, you can literally just run your hand as you're doing it and smooth it out. So there's no type of spray or squeegee or anything like that.
Okay.
It's the same as applying a decal.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So now I'm very intrigued. If we're talking about a lobby and we're talking about that kind of larger surface disinfecting solution, what else do we have on the table here we want to talk about?
Well, specifically designed for lobbies, if along with surface protection, a whole area disinfecting is really recommended, and that's why we have these two products in front of us. First off, I'll start talking about the Global Industrial ULV electric fogger, and this is it's a compact machine. It was designed to fit on hotel or maintenance carts, and this is for if you have a wide area and limited manpower. This is a perfect unit for that. This is able to clean up to 3,200 square feet in just 10 minutes. And it does that by producing an ultra low volume mist while dispensing the disinfectant. So as you can see here, it comes with an adjustable nozzle, and the same as like if you were to spray an aerosol can, except with a little more horsepower, you are able to clean and disinfect an area. So
can I bring it? What was the surface? How much could you do in 10 minutes?
3,200 square feet in 10 minutes. This carries 1.3 gallons of disinfectant. It has a strap. It's got a 20-foot power cord. So again, if you think about it, how long it would take someone with a rag and a aerosol can or a spray bottle, to clean, and even versus a traditional sprayer. This really disseminates the chemicals, out there in a big mist. So these two items right here are our most in-demand products within the janitorial space right now.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because you say walking around with the spray, right? You get used to seeing a janitorial cart with the sprays, the rag, and a couple of years ago, this was not necessarily something you would have seen on one of those carts. Now it's,
Yep.
I agree, it's almost a necessity to cover space.
Yes, and it's not chemical agnostic. Whatever your chemical needs are, it's housed within plastic, so it's able to take all those. It's really a great machine.
Very good. And on your right, the white machine. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
This is my favorite product. I can talk about this all day long. This is an electrostatic sprayer. The Global Industrial Backpack Electrostatic Sprayer. So now what an electrostatic sprayer does is it, as chemicals move through the nozzle, as you can see right here, this positively charges the ions. So as the chemicals are dispersed, they are now attracted to negatively charged surfaces. So what that is those chemicals, as they come out, they now wrap around a surface. It's perfect for a place that has high touch points where people are really putting their hands on things and hard to reach places. So if it was a doorknob, as the spray comes out and the mist starts to fall, it would actually pull back up to get the bottom of the doorknob. Yeah, this unit, it's got an 8-hour battery life. It holds 4.2 gallons of chemicals and completely portable. So while you would use the regular fogger for wide areas, this would be more of a spot treatment on, turnstiles, handrails, doorknobs, really anywhere. This is, like I said, this is my favorite machine.
It's interesting. I don't know if we've discussed it, but pairing them together for a more full facility approach, is that kind of a little bit about what you were saying a second ago?
Oh yeah. So like the way I would do it is, I would come through, if I walked into the lobby and I wanted to do the lobby, I would spray the entire lobby down. And then what I'd do with this is I'd go hit those hard to reach places and those touch points. But if you think about it, you could clear a room a drastic amount of time less than it would take for you to do everything by hand and wipe everything down.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And again, just to jump back to something earlier, it's okay for the spray to get onto the V-Guard surface. So if we're talking about everything being used together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason why we say it's 180-day surface life is that accounts for, wear and tear from, chemicals and debris residue, and then just, from being used. So at 180 days, it's more than enough for it.
Very good. So before I shift gears slightly, any other thoughts on kind of the 3 products we've reviewed? Any kind of closing thoughts on the products before we talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that's going on this week?
Sure. Like we said, there's never been a greater need for sanitation with limited manpower. And the truth is, having these products in your facility is great as taking the necessary precautions for avoiding a contamination or a shutdown. But in the case that was to happen, this will drastically reduce the amount of time you need to be out of that facility. This is the machine that a third-party service contractor would come in with to do the disinfecting. So having this within your facility's repertoire, I really foresee this being just like a vacuum cleaner. Everybody's going to have them. And the team over here worked really hard to develop the products and bring them into inventory. We have them. Everything you see in front of me is available right now. That's about it. Very, very proud of the organization.
Yeah, I want to echo that sentiment. So I think great information on the products. I completely agree. I like that it's going to be like a vacuum cleaner. I actually think we can make that kind of a tagline going forward. These are 3 examples of a collection of products that I know that our sourcing team, our product managers at Global Industrial have really just crushed it in no easier, no other way of saying it, over the past 9 months or so to find the right solutions for our customers, for the population. With that being said, I'm gonna bring your video down for a second, and I want to share just one slide because I want to ask you a little bit about what else you have going on this week as it relates to really to your area that you focus on. So what else are you up to this week, Stephen?
Sure. This week is the Super Bowl of cleaning. It's the ISSA virtual show, and we are presenting there. We have a booth with that runs the gambit of all the janitorial, maintenance, storage, material handling that Global Industrial has to offer. We're giving you free access to the show. All you have to do is go to globalindustrial.com/ISSA trade show. We have a registration there. And so you get to not only see Global, but you get to see, over 100 vendors. Most of them are are on Global Industrial's website. So you get to, speak with us within the chat feature or talk to one of these companies. No, not a problem there. But another great thing going on is we have a show special. And so if you go register for the show and you go to our booth, you will gain access to a sign up to get 10% off any order of $200 or more. And that's across our entire 1.6 million products site-wide. So, that offer is exclusive to ISSA show attendees, and it's running till Saturday. So I'd highly recommend, going there. You'll get some even more information on these products, as well as our full line of scrubbers, vacuums, sweepers, outdoor maintenance, and other janitorial supplies. It's really it's a great show. So we're really excited to be able to offer that to our customers.
So for everybody on the line, the link was just posted in the chat, right? So if you want to do a simple click versus typing it in from what was on the screen. Yeah, Stephen, that sounds great. We have a lot of questions that have come in.
Let's do it.
Do we want to, let's tackle a couple?
Yeah, let's tackle them.
So this is going to be a global industrial webinar first, right? We usually run up on time pretty quick, and the questions may not be as significant. We got a lot of them coming in. So let me skim a couple, and if you don't mind, I'll just feed you probably about 2 or 3 as our
sure.
As it relates to our time here. So I think we covered it, but just to replace. So for the V-Guard, if it only lasts 180 days, but it's a super strong, it has a super strong adhesive, how easy is it to replace it?
So just to be clear, the 180 days is the recommended lifetime of it. And that's just to be on the safe side for its, the effectiveness of it. So, and the only way that it becomes ineffective is from wear and tear and use. So, but here, if you want to see, comes right off, not that difficult. Sometimes if there is residue, all you would do is spray it and scrape it. But it's, as you can see, it was on there pretty good. And once I got under it, got it right off. Very good.
So you actually answered one of the other questions about residue, right? Use a regular old, anything you would use to remove, like you said, a stickiness of a sticker, right? Anything you would use to remove that type of adhesive will take off any of the residue.
Yes, but this is very similar to if you were to have your car wrapped. It still functions as like that you're still able to remove debris from it. It just protects the surface underneath. That's exactly what this is doing. It protects the surface and it inhibits the growth of microorganisms.
Very good. So I got another application question. So for doorknobs, so for rounded doorknobs, curved doorknobs, any recommendations as it's not really just a flat surface on how you would apply?
Yeah, so that gets a little tricky. From what we've seen in our tests, since these are really made for regular handles, D handles, for rounded doorknobs, I would just cut like a sun shape around it, and then apply the surface to the front, and then wrap the 3 cutouts around. It's unfortunate that there's not really for a circular design yet, but that's what we've seen that works all right.
Very good, very good. Thank you. A lot of good questions. I'm trying to pull out a couple here from the group. Bear with me for one more second. Oh, so for the sprayers, as it relates to the sprayers, so there's a couple of questions around PPE for the person applying.
Yes.
Not necessarily to make any recommendations, right? Because depending on, right, there's some variables there, but is there anything that you'd want to touch on for that?
No, it's again, that depends on, local ordinances, what type of chemicals you're using. I personally always recommend, like we're all wearing, masks these days, which is great. Eye protection. Anytime you're working around, anything, PPE is always suggested. So.
Yeah, I'll speak for Eric Ruscher, who's our safety specialist, our expert. who was on one of our previous ones, and we go by the safety always, right? So you always want to make sure, to your point, you follow the ordinances. You know the chemicals you're leveraging, right, as a part of it, and you prepare accordingly. So very good. Let's field one more from my question list here. So interesting question about RV Guard versus some of the other antimicrobial films that we have available on the website.
Sure.
I know you covered the difference in ours has a color to it versus the other one is clear. Any other differentiating points?
Sure. Ours lasts 180 days, versus 90 days as recommended by the other product that we brought on. And the truth is that they're both equally great. Ours happens to be a little more industrial. It's built for wear and tear, whereas the transparent one we carry is very nice if you want to maintain the aesthetic, of your facility. If it's a place with a high architectural aesthetic and you want something clear, that's more than fine. That other product is also designed to be removed very quickly. They have it's called Silver Defender. They have a zipper lock technology, which allows you to remove it. They also have some more, applications that are maybe a little bit more residential in use, versus ours. These were very much meant to harden a facility, so to speak.
Very good. With that, I'd like us to do kind of closing remarks, remind everybody, where they can get some information, right? So real quick for the folks, a lot of great questions. I think I scrolled through, and asked 5 of what it looked like there was about 45 or so, if not more. So again, I hope we answered a couple of them for you. There will be a recording of this session that we will put up on our YouTube channel in the coming days, right? Just give us a chance to download it, get it posted, and then we'll make sure we get that up. So that'll be up by next week. So if you want to see a recording of what we covered, if your question was not answered, or you have more questions, right, please send those questions in to webinars@globalindustrial.com. Stephen and I will go through them together. We'll get you the correct answers, and we'll funnel them up for you. And then, Stephen, any closing thoughts on the show for the rest of the week? Kind of anything we talked about before we wish everybody a good day?
Sure. So, I'll be within the show in the live chat. So any questions you guys have, if you want to talk to me about it, I'd love to. I talk about these products all day long, so that's not an issue. But again, we do have a really great special, 10% off, $200 or more across the entire site. So I love for our customers to get great value. So if you come into the show, you'll be able to access that. And again, just really proud of everybody over here at Global with what we've been doing to help protect facilities and protect the most important assets within them, which are their employees.
Right on. Very good. So Stephen, thank you again for everybody on the line. I agree with Stephen. If the first thing you do coming out here, go register, go get the discount, right? I mean, there's even if you were not necessarily looking for something that we covered on the session here today, there's a really good chance that we can supply that at Global Industrial. Go ahead and get that discount, right? I mean, absolutely. Let's go ahead and get that leveraged. And then Stephen, as always, great speaking with you. Great products for the folks who set up the stage at our Global Industrial Studio.
Oh yeah.
Fabulous, right? Fabulous as always. And for everybody on the line, thank you for joining us. Look for our next webinar to be coming out in the upcoming weeks. We'll get that communication out to the group, and we hope to talk to you all soon. Thanks again.
Thank you for joining.